you guys doing? Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. You guys, of course, I'm going to do this ask again. Let me know if you can hear me because I'm still trying to make sure I got my little setup over here ready. You know, when you try to do something different and then you mess up the settings. So let me know if you can hear me or not. You guys come on into the room. Those of you, if you are coming in, hey, look, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Hey. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And so as you guys are coming on into the room, perfect. As you guys are coming on into the room, those of you that are new to me, my name is Beverly Walthour. I am a business strategist specifically for Christian female coaches who want to create more income and more impact without compromising their Christian values. Thank you guys so much. I'm also a TV and radio show host. So we film and record the TV and radio show here in Atlanta, GA. So awesome. Hey, Amelda, oh my gosh, I haven't said, oh my goodness. Hey. How are you? Perfect. Okay, you guys. And so I want to go ahead, dive on in, have this conversation. You know me, I want to be in and out type of thing, 30 minutes or less. Yes. Like the pizza delivery. And so you guys, my question to you is, are you set up to have a profitable week? Or, what do you need to do to set yourself up for a profitable week? Because my thing is, you have to be intentional about what it is that you want to do. So we're going to talk about what you need to do in order for you to have a profitable week, okay? And so this thing right here, there we go. Oh, thanks for tagging people. Cool. And so you guys, my thing is, I am talking to entrepreneurs. And so my thing is, and one thing that I always say, my clients, my goal is to help you to create two things. It's not one or the other. Two. If you don't want these two things, I'm not the coach for you, and I'm fine with that. Like, it is okay. Just like I tell my clients, you're not the coach for everyone. I'm not the coach for everybody, and I'm cool with that. But my thing is, if you want to create impact and income, those two things, income and impact. And so there are people who will come to me, they want to create the impact, but they don't care about the income that comes with it. No. They want to create the income, but they don't care about the impact. No. It's a package deal. You have to want both. And my thing is, some people are like, well, Bev, if I create the impact, the income, no, that's not necessarily true. And so a lot of us have seen that with this creating the impact, but then the income is not there. For those of you that either give everything away for free, or you lowball your pricing. So you're impacting some people, all right, but you're miserable because you're not generating the level of revenue that you desire. So once again, you have to be intentional about both. And so that's what I want to talk to you guys about for today. How to have a profitable week this week. And so it's a couple of things. Y'all know I always have my notes because I want to make sure that I hit on everything. So you guys, one way or one thing you want to make sure that you have and that you do if you want to have a profitable week. I love it. The one thing you want to make sure, what is your revenue goal for the week? What is your revenue goal for the week? You need to have a revenue goal. So of course you should have an overall revenue goal for the year, your annual revenue goal. And so I always talk about break that thing down by the quarter, break it down by the month. And my thing is, hey, if I know that this is how much I want to generate in a month, break it down by the week. Some people, they take it all the way down to the day. Hey, whichever one floats your boat. But once again, what is your revenue goal for the week? Because we're going to reverse engineer this thing. So what is your revenue goal for the week? And one thing for a lot of you guys, I want you to start doing this if you don't do this already. Whatever revenue goal you have, why is that your revenue goal? Why is that your revenue goal? Because what that does is going to anchor in some things for you when you have a why attached to that goal. So the annual goal that you have, the quarterly goal, break it all the way down to the week. Why is that your weekly goal? And my thing is, so many of us feel this guilt and shame and all of that stuff like that. You guys, you have to eliminate that. You have to eliminate that. There is no guilt, no shame, none of that when it comes to you wanting to be able to take care of your household, wanting to be able to make sure that you're able to run your business, pay your people that are on your team, your staff, all of that. There is zero wrong with that. How are you going to, because a lot of you guys, tell me if I'm wrong, you want to be able to create a business, where you create the time and financial freedom. A lot of us created a business to be able to create time and financial freedom. How many of you guys have a desire to be able to say, hey, you know what? Over the summer, I want to take the summer off in my business. My business is still running, still doing what it needs to do, but I'm taking these 2 months off in the summer. Or you want to take the month of December off, or you want to take off November and December. There is zero wrong with having that as a desire. There's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. And don't you ever allow anyone to make you feel bad if that's a part of your reason. Period. There's nothing wrong with that, you guys. A lot of us have created this business, and you spend 80 hours a week in your business, and you sit here looking at this like, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted. Maybe this is not the business. Oh my goodness. Da, 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 da. Because you're setting it up in such a way where it's relying solely on you. A lot of you guys want to move out of that space where it's just you and you have a team of people. Well, how are you going to pay the team of people if you don't have a revenue goal that's going to support that? You have to set up a revenue goal. You have to have a revenue goal that's going to allow for you to support that. And then once again, as you are building that type of business, now, will it look different in the beginning than it will in the middle and the end? Yes, it's going to look different. But what are you doing today to set it up to where you create that type of business? You want to be able to travel so that you can speak. You want to be able to, and a lot of you guys, you want to be able to build things in your community. So whether or not it's a homeless shelter, whether or not it's a place, a community center, whatever it is that you desire to have, there is zero wrong with those desires. And like I said, anyone that makes you feel guilty about that, shame on them. So my thing is, once again, if you want to have a profitable week, you have to have a revenue goal, right? You have to have a revenue goal. So once again, if you have not done it, go ahead and set a revenue goal for the week. Set your revenue goal for the week. That second thing that you need to make sure that you have in order for you to create a profitable week this week is the mindset. So for instance, I see a revenue goal of $1,500. Okay. So like I said, attach a why to it. Why do you want to do it? You don't have to answer that in the comments, but for yourself, in your journal, in the conversation that you're having with the Holy Spirit, what is the why behind that revenue goal? The second thing, when you see that goal, you have to have a mindset that says, one, I deserve to generate revenue at that level. Two, there is absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. Three, it can be done. So when you set that goal, once again, pay attention to what comes up in your spirit. When you set that goal, pay attention to what comes up. And so, like I said, you have to have a mindset that's going to allow for you to generate that type of revenue. Some of you guys are with the post that I had the other day. I think it was yesterday, or maybe earlier today. I can't remember. But I had a post where I said, some of you guys have stopped dreaming big because of past disappointments. So some of you guys are like, okay, I'm going to set a revenue goal of $100. And you set that because once again, when I set that revenue goal of $500, Bell, when I set that goal of $5,000, Bell, when I set that revenue goal of $10,000, I didn't hit it. So because of that past disappointment, you see what I'm saying? And so now you're afraid to dream big. But I implore you, go back to dreaming big. And this is something that you guys have heard me talk about before. Get with the Holy Spirit. Sit with the Holy Spirit. Have those big dreams again. Get back with God about those things. Share even those disappointments. Share those disappointments with them and let them know, hey, I was so disappointed when XYZ. He wants all of that. He wants you to share all of that. But my thing is, don't stay in that place of, oh my gosh, expecting to always be disappointed. Like I said, take that next chance. Go back out there again. So like I said, you have that revenue goal. You have it tied to a why. You have the mindset of, hey, what can I do? Or, hey, I can actually do that. And so like I said, whether or not it's a $500 revenue goal, $1,500, $10,000, whatever the revenue goal is for the week. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And my thing is, I like to think about when it says starting over, I like to think about it like a reset. So I get to push this button and reset to make sure that I'm back into alignment with what it is that I was called to do to begin with. A lot of us, either one, we run so far ahead of what God had for us, trying to make things happen, or we gotten out of that alignment, Or you realize, hey, what I was doing, it doesn't bring me that joy that I want to be able to do. One of my clients, that's her thing. She was like, Bev, I've been doing this type of coaching. I don't want to coach in that arena anymore. I said, then don't do it. If it's not allowing you to have that type of joy, because my thing is, I don't believe that God has called us to be miserable in our business. So if there was something that you used to do in your coaching business and it no longer brings you that type of joy, take a step back and see whether or not are you still supposed to be coaching in that capacity. Maybe it's time for you to do a shift, a reset type of thing, and knowing that it's okay. It is okay. But don't keep doing the same thing over again and expecting different results. Isn't that the definition of insanity? So some of you guys are going and doing because you're so used to it. It's not because that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're just used to doing it. Well, Bev, what if I make this pivot and change? What are people going to think? Why are you worried about what people are thinking versus wondering and ensuring that you're in alignment with what God has for you? That's the part that you want to make sure that you keep in mind. I would rather make sure I'm in alignment with him versus what other people are thinking. So don't give all of that, because what it ends up doing, it stresses you out. Well, oh my gosh, okay, should I go live about it? Should I write a post about it? Should I email my list about it? Babe, I don't know. And while you're in the process of that confusion and that double-mindedness, you don't do anything. Or like I said, some of you guys are in that space and place where you're doing stuff, but you're out of alignment. You don't have to do that. So like I said, take those mindset shifts. Yes, that overwhelm is no joke. But you guys, I promise you, if it's time for you to shift, pivot, reset, whichever one of those words it is, it's okay. As long as you are in alignment with what he's telling you to do. Like I said, especially in the online space, it can be so easy to get so caught up in what you see other people doing that you end up being misaligned. Get back into that alignment. And then just go from there. If you want to sit down with your community and have a conversation about why you're making the shift and all that stuff like that, have the conversation if you want to, because that might be what releases them to make whatever shifts and pivot that they were looking to make. You never know how sharing your story can support someone else. Don't ever be afraid of sharing your story. Yes, I love that. There is no stiffness when you are in alignment. Yes. So you guys, like I said, don't be afraid. I always say, don't allow the enemy to get into your ear like that, making you doubt and all that stuff. Oh my gosh, what are people going to think? No, don't worry about that. I promise you, those people, now may you end up leaving some people behind. Yes, but trust God enough that he's going to send somebody else to support them, okay? Trust God enough in that. He's going to send someone else to support them. And I always say this, as you grow and evolve as an entrepreneur, so with the people you serve and how you serve them. And that's okay. That is okay. I was talking to someone today that's interested in my services, and I told her, she wants to help people with their online business. I said, that's where I actually started. And those of me, if you've been with me all this long time, that's where I started. I started with supporting women and getting their own. It wasn't Christian women, nothing. I just said helping women get their online businesses started. It didn't matter if it was product-based or service-based, because I had done both. And now look at where I am. And then the thing is, I'm going to shift again. All of you guys are going to shift, and it's okay. A lot of us, we are holding on, and I say this all the time, we're holding on to dear life for things that God has asked you to let go of. And as long as you are holding on to the very thing that he's telling you to let go of, you don't have the room and the space in your hand to receive what it is that he has for you in this season. I love that. I love it. Yes, I did take a break for a few months to come back in alignment with what God has for me, and it feels so good. Yes, it is absolutely so powerful. It is so powerful. You guys, I'm telling you, release those things that no longer serve you, especially in your business. This is in life, but I'm talking specifically in your business, The next thing, if you want to have a profitable week, so once again, your revenue goal for the week. And why? Why is that your revenue goal? That mindset that you need to have when it comes to that revenue goal. The next thing, What problem are you solving? If you want to have a profitable week, you have to solve some sort of problem. What is the problem that you are solving? You have to be super crystal clear on the problem that you solve. So what is the problem that you are solving? You should be able to clearly articulate that. You should be able to clearly articulate that. What is the problem that you're solving? And my thing is, even with that, the problem that you're solving, I like to say the right now problem. What's the right now problem that you're solving for your people, especially if you're looking to have a profitable week? What's the right now problem that you're solving? And once again, you have to be able to clearly articulate that. And the thing with that is, when it comes to your right now problem, it has to be something that your people are willing to invest. Because the thing is, when it comes to people investing, it has to be a problem that they are looking to solve. Once again, a right now problem. You don't want to be a problem where they're looking to solve it in January. That's not helping me right now. That's not helping me to be able to have a profitable week this week. I need it to be a right now problem that they're looking to solve. So once again, what is their right now problem that you are trying to solve? And even with that right now problem, mindset is still a key piece to that. Because once again, you have to trust and believe. And this goes for all of us because it's the truth. You have to trust and believe and know in your inner knower that in order for people to get the level of result or transformation, whichever one of those words you use, in order for them to get it at the level that they need to work with you. Like, if they don't get with you, they're not going to be able to get the level of result that they are looking for. That's the mindset that you have to have when it comes to that right now problem that you have or that they have. You guys, let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know in the chat, does that make sense? So once again, what is that right now problem that you're solving? And you have to know and understand. You have to trust and believe. You have to know this in your knower, your inner being, that once again, in order for them to get the level of results that they're looking for, they have to work with you. That's the level of confidence. And so even for yourself, when you're thinking about that right now problem, I always ask myself, why should they choose me over another coach that may offer something similar? Why should they choose me over another coach that may offer something similar? So the same question to you, why should they choose you over another coach that may offer something similar to what you do? Why you? What is it that you bring to the table that someone else may not be able to bring? Because that's going to also strengthen you mindset wise. When I was talking earlier about the fact that, hey, if they don't get with you, they're not going to be able to get the level of result that they are desiring. You see what I'm saying? So once again, we have to know and own what it is that we bring to the table. You have to know and own that. And so my thing is, if you haven't sat down and taken that inventory yet of what it is you bring to the table, I'm telling you, it does something to you. Something shifts in you. Hey. Good. I'm glad your mind is buzzing over there. And so you guys, like I said, so if you haven't done that inventory, or if you haven't done it recently within the last 3 months, sit down and do that self-evaluation. What is it? And one thing that I'm learning more and more with myself, and even talking, because I talk to believers, my people are believers. One thing that I'm learning more and more with myself is for me to trust the leading of the Holy Spirit. So even within my coaching sessions, and so I know for me and the people that I serve, even that is something that resonates with your people. So what is something about what it is that you do that will resonate with your people? And for me, the more I trust in the power of the Holy Spirit during my coaching sessions, the level of transformation has skyrocketed. The level of confirmation, even today with this young lady that I had a call with, I did a speaking event a week or so ago. So she saw me on the speaking event, she joined the group, and then she did a call with me. So within a matter of 2 weeks, a week, whatever that was. And the amazing thing was throughout this conversation, I was saying things to her that was confirming what God had already spoke to her. And so that's what I mean when I say own whatever it is. So some of you guys, you're dumbing down yourself. You're not sharing certain things because you don't want to scare people off and all. Don't do that. Because your people that are called for you to serve, they're going to recognize that in you. The very thing that you're trying to hide is the very thing that's supposed to connect you with the people that you have been called to serve. So don't squash that. Don't squelch that. Do not do that. Talk about that thing, because once again, that's going to be what connects your people to you. I love this, Amel. I love it. I love it. I love it. You guys, I'm telling you, so don't squash that thing. Don't hide that thing. Don't, oh my gosh, I don't want to say that because stop all that. That's going to be the very thing that endears your people to you. The very thing that they need to hear. That's the confirmation. That they're waiting on you, and you're over there with your mouth closed because you're afraid of offending people or whatever, and all that stuff that we say to ourselves. Don't do that. Do not do that. So like I said, you want to make sure that you're super crystal clear and being able to articulate what it is that you offer, that right now problem, what is it that you are solving. And then, like I said, you have to have that mindset that if they don't work with you, they're not going to be able to get the level of result, because it's true, especially us as believers. We get things, we have access to things that the people outside the kingdom don't have access to, and we get to tap into it and use that to be able to support our clients. So even if your people are not Christians, it doesn't matter. That part doesn't matter. But you want to make sure that you are that confident in what it is that you bring to the table. And then the last part that I want to talk about, of course, if you're saying you want a profitable week this week, what are you doing to market your services? What are you doing to let people know how you can support them? You guys, you have to let people know. So what are you doing to let people know how you can support them? So this is your marketing. This is your promoting. What are you doing to market and promote your business? And you guys, there's too many things out there that literally all of us have at their fingertips. So if you're watching me from any social media platform, that's one thing that you can leverage right there. So my thing is, how are you leveraging your social media? How are you leveraging your email list if you have an email list? How are you leveraging your blog if you blog? How are you leveraging networking events if you network? I just told you about the young lady I had a conversation with about an event that I attended, that I spoke at. You see what I'm saying? How are you leveraging those things right now? Don't say that you don't have the opportunity to market and promote. You do. You do. But the thing is, how are you leveraging what you have in your hands? Literally, you have this stuff in your hand. Literally, you have it in your hands. So it reminds me of two things. It reminds me, one, of when God asked Moses, what do you have in your hand? Because my thing is, use what you have in your hand. Or the widow woman with the oil. The prophet was like, what do you have? What do you have? What do you have access to? You guys, leverage what you have access to. How are you leveraging what you have in your hands to market and promote your business? Well, babe, I don't really have an active and engaged, community. So what are you doing to build that engagement? Because it's not just going to happen by itself. What are you doing to build that engagement? How are you engaging and interacting with other people? What are you doing? It's not just you sitting there making one post on social media and then getting ticked off because nothing's happening. You guys, this is a consistent thing. You have to do this thing consistently. You always hear me say this. If it only took one post, if it only took one live, if it only took one messenger or blog or whatever, everybody would be doing this. Yes. Yes. And what I like about what you're saying with this, Diane, with TikToks and Reels, what I love about that feature, it reminds me of like a 30-second commercial. When I think about Reels and TikTok, I'm like 30-second commercial. So what is it that I want to say to my people in 30 seconds or 15 seconds? And once you have a Reel, you can load it to TikTok or vice versa. So once you create one, you have the thing for the other. And right now, the really powerful thing is Instagram is pushing Reels right now. It's pushing Reels right now. So you can literally have 500 followers, but have 5,000 views on your Reels. So once again, what do you have in your hand right now? How are you leveraging what you have in your hand? Don't complain and say what you don't have. The God that we serve, and you're really talking about what you don't have. I don't have an active and engaged community. I don't have enough people on in my Facebook group. I don't have enough people on my email. All of that. Why, as believers, are we even focusing on the lack? Why are we even doing that? That's not even biblical. So why are you doing that? You focus on what you do have. So how can you leverage what you do have? And then the things that you don't have, what can you do to change it? We don't just sit in there and just, oh my gosh, I ain't getting. What are you going to do with what you do have? So you do have an email list of 20 people. So what are you going to do with those 20 people that are on your email list while you're continuing to build your email list? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not an either or thing. You can literally do both. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you. Exactly the trick of the enemy. To get you to focus on, quote unquote, what you do not have versus the God of abundance that we serve. So once again, focus on what you do have. And like I said, if I only have, we need to stop negating stuff. I only have 20 people on my email list. So what are you doing with those 20 people? What are you doing to nurture the 20 people while you also continue to build your list? Babe, it's only 100 people in my Facebook group. So I don't really do anything in there. So what are you doing to nurture the 100 people that you have in your Facebook group while you also build your Facebook group? Because my thing is, if you have a program, once again, if my revenue goal is $1,500 for the week and I have a $1,500 offer, I have a Facebook group of 100 people, you mean to tell me I can't get one person out of 100? You see what I'm saying? So, but you're focused on the fact that I only have 100 people. You only need one. You only need two to hit whatever your revenue goal is. Remember we talked about mindset. Shift your mindset. Focus on the abundance. So you only need two. You have a circle of 500 people. You only need two to hit your goal for the week. Focus on the abundance. Y'all, let me know if I'm making sense. Yes. I can start doing more lives for my service, promoting groups and email, invite people to my group, talk to the ones that are already there, prepare. Oh my goodness. Look what happens when you focus on what you do have. This is my thing, and I pray you guys hear my heart when I say this. Do not despise small beginnings. Some of you guys are asking for the much or the more, and you're not even taking care of what God gave you right now, what you have right now. You're asking God for more. Are you taking care of what you have right now? The 100 people that's in your Facebook group right now, are you taking care of them as if it's 1,000 people, 10,000 people, 100,000 people? The 20 people on your email list, are you acting as if it's 2,000, 20,000, 200,000 on your email list? Do not despise small beginnings. And I put small in quotation marks. Do not despise that. What are you doing with what you have access to right now? I love it. It makes sense. I couldn't do the challenge last week fully, but spent this weekend doing lives and offering. Perfect. I don't know if you guys saw my post that I did a few minutes ago. Well, maybe not a few, maybe about an hour ago. I don't know. Here on Facebook. So if you're joining me on Facebook, and so I just had a little screenshot of a conversation from someone who she's finishing up the challenge tomorrow. As a whole group, we finished that challenge up last Tuesday. But one thing that I said to people was, hey, you start where you are and then just go for the next 7 days. So she reached out to me and was like, Bev, I'm $5,000 into my $10,000 goal. She had a goal to closing $10,000 in 7 days. She's $5,000 away. She was like, Bev, I still have 24 hours. So I said, hey, y'all, cheer her on. Cheer her on to her next 5,000. So although collectively we finished it last Tuesday, she kept going. So just keep going. Keep going. So you guys, I'm telling you, to be able to have that profitable week. And this is the last part. I think I said the last part, the last bullet, but this is the last part. If you want to have a profitable week, you have to have your prices set in such a way where you have a profitable week. Are your prices set in such a way to where you can have a profitable week? And so you guys know I'm always talking about pricing. You guys know I'm always talking about pricing. Yes, I did a free workshop yesterday. I promoted, one showed up. I showed up like it was 1 million in the audience. We'll repurpose and sell it. Perfect. You guys, I'm telling you, you show up as if it's 1 million people. Because my thing is, what you're going to do when you do have the million, you've already had the practice. So when you have that million, that's nothing to you. That's nothing to you because you've been practicing all along. Letting God know, hey, I'm ready for my next. I'm ready for my next. I'm ready for my next. But my thing is what you're doing with your right now. What are you doing with your right now? So like I said, that pricing, is your pricing on point? Is it priced in such a way to where you will be able to have a profitable week? And once again, going back, those of you that are looking to build a team, you want to have a team of people to support you in your business. What are you doing now to create that profitability so that you can pay your people? You don't wait until you're ready to start building the team. You start planning for that stuff now. What do you need to have in place? Those of you that are like, hey, I want to be able to take the summer off with my kids. What are you doing now to set yourself up to be able to take the summer off with your kids? Or if you want to take off November and December, what are you doing now to set yourself up for that? You don't wait until you get the thing or you're ready or, 2 days away from the thing. You start planning for that stuff now. Write the vision and make it plain. So what are you doing now to plan for whatever it is that you're desiring to have? Is your price point and on point? Are your prices on point to allow you to be able to do that? My thing is, some of you guys, Bev, I want to hire a VA. Bev, I need to have a customer relationship manager. Bev, I want to be able to have a mindset coach on my team. Bev, I want to be able to. What are you doing now to set yourself up for that? What are you doing now to set yourself up for that? You don't wait until the thing. You need to be planning for the thing now. You guys, I'm telling you, you take these things and you run with it for this week. Every single day, I want you guys to get out there and ask for the sale. Have a conversation with people every single day. You converse with them. So whether or not you're conversing with them through your content that you put out on social media, through your blog, through your email list, networking events, email, and you guys, all of us have an opportunity to network, especially now because a lot of us are still virtual. So what type of networking are you doing? And you guys, the networking, it's not even the traditional networking anymore. So what are you doing to network? So whether or not it is the traditional networking where you're actually physically in a space, when you're at a networking event, what are you doing to interact and engage? One of my clients, she's attending a networking event, so she asked me for some tips. I'm like, hey, do this, and this. So how are you leveraging networking opportunities? That's an amazing opportunity out there. So you guys I challenge you to have conversations with people every single day about your services, about what it is that you do, about how you support your people. So whether or not that conversation is social media, your blog, your email, networking events, conversation and messengers, those types of things. Yes, these virtual. And so you guys, a lot of times with these virtual events, and you guys, this is something really cool. I'll give you a little tip when it comes to networking for virtual events, because it looks different now. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of tips when it comes to networking. One, and I'm going to tell you, this looks really funny, but this is a networking tip. So those of you that are on Clubhouse, I'm going to tell you how you network on Clubhouse. So if you're on that Clubhouse app, stop just sitting in a room and consuming information, period. Stop just consuming information if you are on Clubhouse. If you're not on Clubhouse, just tune me out for 2 seconds and I'm going to come back and talk to the rest of you guys. If you are on Clubhouse, stop just sitting in the room consuming information. Pay attention to those titles. Is there a room in there where you can actually contribute to the conversation? They have all kinds. The stuff I see when I'm scrolling on in my hallway, what they call a hallway, right? I'm still trying to get back on Clubhouse. I've been off it for a minute. But the stuff that I see when I'm scrolling through my hallways, they have literally all kind of rooms for all kind of foolishness. So you can't tell me you can't find a Clubhouse or find a room, because you can. They have a room for everything, all kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, my Father in heaven, I'm clutching my pearls. I'm clutching my fake pearls on some of the stuff that I see. So they have a room for everything. Go find the club. Use the search feature. And so once again, get into the room. Now, this, what I'm getting ready to say, it works for both virtual networking and in-person networking. So for the virtual and the in-person, raise your hand and get your behind up there on the stage. The same thing if you are in an in-person networking event. When I say raise your hand, so on that, they have a little feature. The same thing, if you're in person, raise your hand. When it's time, when they open the floor for questions, when they open the floor for you to share, that's when you open your mouth. You do your intro to let people know what it is that you do and either ask a question or you contribute to the conversation. That is a little networking trick or tip. Don't just sit there consuming information and then run out the room. No, you actually network and you have conversations. So like I said, Clubhouse, or if you're actually at a networking event, actually ask a question, actually contribute to the conversation, quote unquote, go up to the mic and ask the question. Ben, why do I do that? One, because like I said, you do your brief little intro of what it is you do and who you serve. And then you ask this question. So now you stand out. So not only do you stand out with the other people in the room, but whoever's putting on the event. So the same thing when you're on Clubhouse. Like I said, don't just sit in there and consume. Once again, if you're participating in a networking event, so say you're doing something virtual, you guys, people have all kinds of summits right now. They can have all kinds of stuff. Everybody and their mama and the little kids having summits. Be particular about this stuff because you don't want to spend all day just consuming information. But even these virtual summits, they have the little chat feature turned on. The same thing. Ask a little question in the chat. If you see somebody else with something and you want to connect with those people. You guys, don't just sit there. It's time out for us just sitting on the sidelines consuming information. It is time out for that. I love it. I directly reached out to someone at a virtual. They are now a potential hot lead for work in a corporate space. Come on now. Come on. It is time. Let me say that one more time. It is time out for you sitting on the sidelines just consuming information. Where has that gotten you to this point? Where has it gotten? Is that serving you? If it's not serving you, why do you continue to do it? Once again, definition of insanity. So when you are at a networking event, you're supposed to set a goal. Like, what's the purpose? What do I want to get out of this event? What do I want to get out of this event? You should actually set a goal. And then once again, you work the room to hit your goal. You see what I'm saying? So you guys do not be afraid. Leverage what you have. Leverage what you have in your hand. A lot of us, like I said, it's the keyboard. Leverage that right now. You guys, I'm telling you, set your revenue goal and why. Why is that your goal for the week? Your mindset. What is your right now offer? What is the problem that you're solving right now? What is that right now offer? Your marketing and your promotion and your pricing. Those things, I'm telling you, if you have those things, you will have a profitable week this week. Well, Bev, I've been gone for a minute. I need to promote for the next 30 days. The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. You can give value and promote all in the same post. You mean to tell me you're going to make your people wait 30 days? Because I don't even know where you got that arbitrary number from, but you're going to just make somebody wait 30 days to get their breakthrough, to get their healing, to get their deliverance, to get their transformation? Really? You're going to make them wait 30 days because you have something in your mind from somewhere that you got. You can't even remember to tell me. You don't even know where you got it from, but it sounds good to say, so you say it. You're going to make them wait that long for it? I'm just asking. All right, y'all. I said 30 minutes and we have 41 minutes. Okay, I'm done. But you guys, I'm telling you, do that. Do it. Now, of course, if you want to know how I can support you specifically, reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. You guys, I'm telling you, it has been absolutely powerful. Scroll my timeline for these testimonials. What these people are doing. But once again, shifts, my own internal shifts. And once again, it impacts my clients. It has been impacting my clients. And so you guys, I'm telling you, that level of impact and that level of income, it is doable. I tell my people all the time, I shared one of my clients who $2,400 for a 45-minute speaking engagement. Some of you guys are doing speaking for free because you feel like you have to. Once again, $2,400 for a 45-minute virtual. One of my clients, $8,000 for a one-day workshop. I see this every day with my clients. So I'm telling you, shifts and changes, though, once again, they show up differently. As a result of that, they're creating more impact and more income in their business. So like I said, if you want to know how I may be able to support you, just reach out to me. Let's have a conversation, see where this may lead. But you guys, I'm telling you, do these, five things, and I'm going to leave you with this. One of my someone came to me, Deb, I don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. Okay. I literally asked her 5 questions. I have these 5 questions written down on this Post-it note. I asked her 5 questions. And then I said, so what are you waiting on? I asked her these 5 questions. She answered them. Because remember, she came to me. Y'all keep saying you don't know. You do know. You do know. You just need to make a decision and get out there and do it. You do know. You do know. You just have to make a decision. So she came to me with that I don't know. Literally 5 questions I asked her. And right now she's setting herself up. Let me count. Y'all know my blue and white. Let me go. So after those 5 questions, she's now set herself up to generate $17,940. And she came to me with, Beb, I don't know. That's unacceptable. That's unacceptable. And Jasmine, it's so funny that you mentioned that because the person that my client that did the speaking, the $2,400 for the 45 minutes, she's in health. Yep. She does holistic health. So you guys, I'm telling you, for some of you guys, it's just asking you a series of questions. It's asking you a series of questions to help you to unpack some stuff, to unpack this. I don't know. Yes, you do. But I'm telling you, literally 5 questions. So you guys, that's all that I have. That's all I have for you. So once again, you guys, if you want to know how I may be able to specifically support you, feel free. Whatever platform you're watching me on, just send me a message. Send me a message. We'll have a conversation and then go from there. If I'm not a fit for you, if I'm like, hey, I can't help you, I will refer you. I have a network of over 2,000 coaches that look, if it's not me, somebody going to help you get to what you need, period. It's time out for I don't know. It's time out for sitting on the bench, on the sidelines, just consuming information. It is time for you to get out there and serve your people. It is time. For some of you guys, it's past time. It is past time. You guys are so welcome. You guys, thank you so much for hopping on here and joining me. Once again, if you want to know how I may be able to support you, reach out to me. You guys, I pray you have an absolutely amazing rest to your day, and I will see you guys on the other side of this live. Take care, take care, take care.